Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on today's video. 67 Shelby AC Cobra. You know, these cars are like caricatures of real cars. I mean, look at the lumps and the scoops and the body on this thing. It's just crazy. When you think about the early 60s when Carroll Shelby decided to throw a Ford V8 in a British Roadster, who would have known that it would have evolved into the most copied car of its time? So as we walk around this car, this is a factory-built Shell Valley Cobra replica. And the word is, and as I look around, that somewhere around $70,000 was spent to build this car. And this car is priced at under $35,000 with 700 miles on it. So if you're looking to get a car today, not take a year to build, one that'll save you virtually half, this car here is really, really nicely done. So let's take a peek for a little bit. I love the paint on this, and I'll tell you, some of the extra cost stuff is things like this. Like, come over here for a second. Like, you can't feel the stripes in here. So obviously they laid down the Guardsman blue paint, then they put the Sabring silver stripes over top, then they went ahead and cleared the whole car. I like to show the quality of this paint too. Like, check that out. That is serious metallic, hand buffed, show waxed paint. Very, very nice. You know, I can talk about the car and things like that, but you know, where it all lies really is in the performance of these things. For instance, like here, you know, you got big disc brakes on the front. This has gone with an updated set of 17-inch wheels. You know, they make a replica set of the Halibrands that came on this car with 17s that I think would look really, really nice on here. And I'd be happy to buy these wheels back for me. We could just swap them out or something like that. Side pipes, love side pipes. The one thing you learn about side pipes is you burn your leg one time. This actually has covers on it. You can take the covers off if you just like the look of the chrome side pipe, or you can leave the covers on and save your leg. Once you take the covers off, it changes the whole look of them. They look pretty nice because these ones here are polished all the way end to end. All right. As we walk around, got that great windshield. You know, these are the wind wings. Keeps some of the wind from coming out. This is a nicely done roll bar. Typically, you only see it for the driver. Here, you got coverage for everybody, for the passenger and the driver. Check out this gas cap for a second, for instance. Like, look at this. How cool is that thing, man? You could never get that gas cap past today. That's what I love it. Now this is a street version, so it has full bumpers all the way around, okay, front and rear. This one also has, sorry, I shouldn't have gone away from the front for a second, but can I just show you something real quick? This is optional here. This right here keeps bugs, rocks, and things like that out. This comes out too. Most Cobras do not have that in there, and that way you can see like the radiator and all the other guts in there. It makes them kind of cool. But this is a nice piece also. Again, just another upgrade on this car that makes them pretty expensive. Then we move on to things like what does it cost for a drivetrain? You know, you can just put a regular old engine in there, or you can build yourself an engine, and that's what this client did here. Typically they came with 4 speeds. This has an upgraded Tremec 5-speed in it, so on the highway it just eases along down the road at low RPMs. And let's take a peek. You know what, enough talking, let's look. Check out the wow factor in here. As you move around the front of the motor, 351 Windsor, believe it's stroked with aluminum heads. Check out this. This is a really rare option on Cobras, and it's about a $1,500 option by the time you're all done. This car has rack and pinion steering, which gives that really great handling. Tubular control arms, but this right here is power steering. Typically you would never get power steering in one of these vehicles, and this is really a nice addition to it. They've done a great job running the steering shaft down into there with Heim joints. Great Cobra valve cover setup there. Big electric fan, big aluminum radiator, so you know what? You get caught in traffic, this car will idle all day long. The electric fan is actually as big as the entire radiator almost. We talked about big disc brakes. I'm looking at some of the things. This is actually kind of cool feature. What they've done is, normally you would see like a big power steering pump like this. What they've done is made this tiny little pump, and instead of having the big reservoir to take up all this space here, they've moved the reservoir over to the side and got it out of the way. Look how clean it makes the installation look. Another, you know, expensive addition to adding things on a car. Nice here. Shell Valley showing that they built the car. Here it is again. There's a VIN number applied by Shell Valley. Okay, let's take a peek in the for storage here. It's kind of nice. This is nice here because check this out. It's got a tonneau cover, which is cool. Nicely finished trunk. The battery's back here. So you get a lot of the weight out of the engine compartment, and it frees up the engine compartment. And this tonneau cover is cool because it snaps all the way around here, so you don't have to worry about leaving this car outside, and it has a zipper in the middle. If you just want to unzip it and drive yourself, you can leave the tonneau cover on, or if you want to take it off, it just takes a second to snap off, and it goes right back here. There's a place for everything in this car, which is nice. It's got a locking handle here. Okay, it's good looking. I like the details of it. I like the 17-inch wheels. You know, we're talking about 4-wheel disc brakes. It's got a positive traction rear differential. And really at 700 miles, it's really very, very new. Anyway, how about we go inside for a second? You know, this car here has the upgraded seats in it with the piping, leather, beautifully done inside, and full gauges too, and they're pretty expensive Dolphin gauges. The Moto Lead steering wheel. So if you're a big guy, to get in these cars here, it's kind of how you get in. And there's plenty of room. Now I'm 6'1". This also has an adjustable seat for people that are a little bit smaller. And I can't scoot it all the way up because my legs wouldn't fit, but for guys, you know, just a little over 5 feet all the way to 6'1", we can still drive these cars. And that's how you sit in here. This is what makes this car so iconic, is that this shifter and this right here, look at this. This is the way it sits. Because these cars were so short, right? And the transmission would typically be here, so the shifter would sit up here. You'd have to shift it like this, and your elbow would hit here. So what they did was they took the shifter and moved it forward. And that's why these have these bent over shifters like that. That way your elbow doesn't hit. Those are some of the things that happen when you try to stuff a big V8 and a heavy-duty transmission in a tiny little car. The result is a car that's really fast. So don't forget too, you got things like wiper washers, horns, turn signals, hazard lights. You know, this is a very modernized car, so it's safe. It's got a lot of great features that would be nice if you're building your own car. And you can clearly see from the stripes coming all the way inside the cabin and starting back here too, that it looks really great. You know, all that is all great, but at the end of the day, they built this car for one reason, and this is why. You know, as we close this one up, it's, I don't know, just a great car to take out on a cruise. You can go anywhere in this thing. It's just, I don't know. I don't like to talk about it any more than let you look at it, because when you look at it, everybody who, even if you don't love cars, sees this car and goes, that is one cool car. Anyway, awesome car, 700 miles, freshly built. Call us 301-816-1000 and we'll tell you all about it.